In the late summer of 2024, the world bore witness to a phenomenon that defied explanation. The X event, a series of atmospheric anomalies, electromagnetic disruptions, bizarre visual phenomena, became an enigma that both fascinated and terrified the global populace. While scientists scrambled to make sense of the data, the internet became a battleground of speculation, where conspiracy theories took root and flourished. A perfect storm of anomalies. What set the X event apart was its unpredictability. It wasn't a single, cataclysmic incident, but rather a chain of seemingly unrelated disturbances that emerged over weeks, leaving behind a trail of confusion and unease. Eyewitness reports flooded social media, shimmering distortions in the sky, unexplained tremors, shifts in ocean currents. Official explanations failed to keep pace with the evolving narrative, fueling skepticism and mistrust among the public. The lack of a coherent explanation created fertile ground for conspiracy theories. From secret government experiments to quantum disturbances in reality itself, speculation ran wild, each theory shaped by the anxieties of an increasingly fragmented society. The rise of quantum conspiracy among the most compelling theories was the notion that the X event was the result of a quantum phenomenon, a rupture in reality caused by an advanced experiment gone awry. The idea, dismissed by mainstream science, found traction among those who believed that collective human consciousness played a role in shaping physical events. The public fascination with quantum physics, coupled with decades of distrust in governmental transparency, made the idea irresistible. This theory suggested that the anomalies were not random, but evidence of a fundamental shift in the fabric of existence. An experiment performed by an unknown entity, perhaps military or corporate, attempting to manipulate space-time itself. Government secrecy or cosmic coincidence? Official responses did little to quell public fears. Conflicting statements from agencies, delays in scientific publications, and the uneven distribution of the anomalies fueled speculation that authorities knew more than they were admitting. Some believed certain regions were deliberately targeted for unknown reasons, while others theorized the anomalies were a controlled test, a glimpse into technology far beyond public knowledge. Adding to the uncertainty, media coverage became sensationalized, blurring the lines between fact and fiction. As click-driven headlines fanned the flames of fear, misinformation flourished, with AI-generated fake news articles and doctored videos further distorting reality. The chaos reached a tipping point when large-scale protests erupted, demanding transparency from world governments. Prophecies, cults, and whispers of a hidden plan. As the anomalies of the X event unfolded, their eerie unpredictability and widespread disruptions lent themselves to apocalyptic interpretations. For some, the phenomenon wasn't just an unexplained occurrence, it was a sign. Whispers spread across forums, encrypted chat rooms, and underground movements, claiming that the event had been foretold, a warning, a shift in reality, or even a divine reckoning. Cults and new religious movements. In the wake of the chaos, fringe groups emerged, claiming to have predicted the arrival of the X event through ancient texts, numerological patterns, or spiritual visions. Some saw it as a moment of transformation, a heralding of a new age where humanity would ascend to a higher plane of consciousness. Others took a darker view, framing it as a precursor to an impending catastrophe, a purification of the world through destruction. Among the most notable were cults that treated the event as confirmation of a hidden cosmic war, arguing that reality itself was being rewritten. These groups gained traction in isolated communities and online spaces, drawing in followers with promises of understanding what mainstream science failed to explain. Some even took drastic measures: mass disappearances, secluded compounds, and secretive rituals, believing they had unlocked the truth behind the veil. Whispers of hidden agendas beyond the spiritual interpretations. The event also sparked speculation of a long-planned experiment orchestrated by unknown entities. Some believed powerful elites had foreseen or even engineered the anomalies as part of a global restructuring. Theories ranged from population control to a deliberate shift in human perception, preparing society for something even bigger. Encrypted messages circulated, pointing to hidden symbols in government documents. Subtle changes in official narratives, covert scientific projects that lined up suspiciously well with the timeline of the X event. The secrecy surrounding military installations and advanced research facilities only fueled suspicion. Was this phenomenon truly an accident, or the first phase of something far more profound? A world on the brink of revelation, as debates raged between scientists, governments, and conspiracy theorists, one unsettling possibility remained. What if the whispers held some truth? Could the X event be more than a mere anomaly? Is it a prelude to something greater, something humanity had yet to fully comprehend? The lasting impact of the event lay not just in its unexplained origins, but in how it reshaped belief, trust, and the very nature of reality itself. The psychological fallout, the societal impact of the X event, extended beyond physical disturbances. It profoundly altered public perception of reality itself. Anxiety, paranoia, and mass hysteria became defining aspects of daily life. For some, the inability to discern truth from misinformation led to distrust in institutions. Others saw it as a spiritual awakening, an event meant to shift humanity's understanding of existence. The event also magnified existing cultural and political divisions. Different factions embraced conflicting narratives, forming ideological echo chambers where belief often outweighed empirical evidence. The lack of a unified scientific consensus ensured that the debate over the X event and its true cause would persist for decades. A turning point in global discourse, more than just an unexplained phenomenon, the X event signaled a new era of uncertainty, one where perception and belief could shape the world just as much as physical reality. It underscored the fragile nature of societal trust, the dangers of unchecked misinformation, and the need for critical thinking in an age of digital manipulation. Whether the X event was a random anomaly or an intentional experiment remains unknown. What is certain, however, is its lasting imprint on collective consciousness. In an era where reality itself seems malleable, the lessons learned from the X event continue to shape public discourse, scientific inquiry, and humanity's uneasy relationship with the unknown.